Peace, this is Mr. Moore from Trialpreneur Sports Podcast, back another video. This is my NFL draft first round recap video. Before I get started, I want to say congratulations to all the young men who were drafted last night. Chance to create generational wealth, live out your dreams, change your family dynamic forever. I love to see it. So the draft pretty much went how I was expected, except for a few things. Of course, there was some drama. We'll get there in a second. Cam Ward to the Titans, no surprise there. Now, I had a theory that either the Cleveland Browns or the New York Giants would trade out of their respective pick. And it was the Cleveland Browns at 2. They traded back to 5 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And at 2, they took Travis Hunter, which I love that pick for Jacksonville. They needed a lot, but getting Travis definitely was a great pick for them. He's going to instantly come in and bring some energy to that franchise and to Jacksonville. Shout out to everybody in Duval. They're going to let him play both sides of the ball too, so I'm looking forward to that. See how they use him on the offensive side of the football. Of course, you know they drafted Brian Thomas Jr. last year. Had a great rookie season, and it's going to be all on Trevor Lawrence as far as my opinion goes with how far Jacksonville goes. But Abdul Carter at 3. No surprise there for the Giants. Will Campbell 4 to the Patriots. No surprise there. Got to protect Drake May. Now with the 5th pick, excuse me, Cleveland Browns did take Mason Graham, defensive tackle from the Browns. Not mad at it. Genty to the Raiders. We kind of assumed that was going to happen. The Jets took the offensive tackle from Missouri. T-Mac, wide receiver from Arizona, going to the Carolina Panthers. I like that move. Getting Bryce Young some weapons. Now the Saints at 9, they decided to take another offensive tackle, Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas. I would have loved to see Shedeur at 9 right there, or the Saints could have moved back, but that's what they decided to go with. I love Mykel Williams, edge rusher from Georgia, going to the 49ers. You know, they lost a lot on their defense, and he'll come in right away, plug and play right away for him. Same with Tyler Booker, Roll Tide, getting drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, plug and play right away. Kenneth Grant to the Dolphins surprised me at 13. The defense tackle from Michigan. He went a little higher than I expected, but it's still not a bad pick. Love the Tyler Warren to the Colts, tight end from Penn State. Jalen Walker from Georgia. Love that pick for the Falcons. And the Falcons probably had the best first round. They traded back up later in the first round to get James Pierce Jr., edge rusher from Tennessee. So they probably got the 2 best edge rushers, or 2 of the best edge rushers in the first round last night. Walter Nolan was a little high to the Cardinals at 16, but he's still extremely talented. Shamir Stewart to the Bengals at 17. They need another edge rusher because they're probably going to lose Hendrickson in free agency or a trade. Let's see what else. Jahdae Barron to the Broncos. Love that move. DB from Texas. You put him next to Patrick Surtain. Got 2 shutdown corners. Patrick Surtain, best corner in the league. Steelers at 21. We kind of figured that Shedeur Sanders would have been drafted there, but they decided to take Derek Harmon, a defensive tackle from Oregon. That was a complete shock right there. Omarion Hampton, running back from North Carolina, going to the Chargers. I love that move for the Chargers, putting him with Najee Harris. You know, Jim Harbaugh loves to run the football. And probably one of my favorite picks out of last night was Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas to Green Bay. I thought Matthew Golden was probably, in my opinion, he was the best receiver in the draft. Probably the best route runner as well, too, and he's going to fit in perfectly with that offense. Now, the Giants did take their quarterback. They traded back up to draft Jackson Dart, quarterback out of Ole Miss. And I watched Jackson Dart a lot. He's Daniel Jones 2.0, and that's not a compliment. Jackson Dart is extremely talented. I think he benefited in playing in the offense under Lane Kiffin, where he had a lot of freedom. You know, they played wide open football, and with that, he made a lot of mistakes. At his point in his career, he shouldn't have been making. There's no way in any world that I see he's better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. I'm sorry. I'm just not buying that. Like I said, he is extremely talented, but I think they just drafted Daniel Jones 2.0. But moving along for that, Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. Love that going to the Ravens. You can never have too many secondary players. He's versatile. He can play in the nickel, and he can play over the top as well. The steal of the draft, Jahai Campbell, Roll Tide linebacker from Alabama. In what world does Jahad Campbell slide to the defending champs and the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, I even though they moved up with the Chiefs, which I understand that they could have got him at 32, but just the fact that Jahad Campbell was there for the Eagles to draft, just phenomenal. Of course, he's originally from Jersey, played at Alabama, but you put him with Zach Bond, Kobe Dean when he gets healthy, and that front four at in Philly and with their secondary, it's that defense is gonna be nice. And like I said, shout out to Jahad Campbell. But as you can see here with the draft, of course, Shedeur Sanders wasn't drafted in the first round last night, which is disappointing to me. I think he'd go to the Browns with the first pick in the second round, but I just really hate the lead up to the draft where all these so-called experts and these sources that nobody never knows who's saying all this stuff about guys and how they just really ruin guys' characters before they even make it to the NFL. Like, I really don't like that part of the draft process, but I think Shedeur is going to do just fine wherever he goes. If he goes to Cleveland, I think he's going to probably be the starter day one right away. They need somebody. I know they signed Joe Flacco. I mean, Flacco's old. Of course, Deshaun Watson's going to be hurt, but I think he's going to do just fine, and I think this is only going to make him stronger, better. You saw the similar situation happen to Lamar Jackson as well too when he got drafted. But again, this was just a quick recap of the first round. In my opinion, on some things, like I said, I think the Falcons won the draft the first round last night with their 2 picks. Like I said, Jahad Campbell was the steal of the night, landing at the Eagles. Like I said, Matthew Golden, probably one of my favorite picks in the draft last night. But like I said, make sure you guys continue to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on the videos, support all my affiliate links, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Peace.